Hi, this is Liz Larson with some more tips on how to make some gorgeous and easy things at home in your own kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful cupcakes. These are funfetti, but yours can be any flavor that you want. You can go crazy with this. For today's project, we're going to use a 1M. This is a different one than we've seen before. This is a pastry tip. It's Wilton 1M. And I'm going to use some ganache, so I'm going to have some semi-sweet chocolate chips. Mini works the best for melting, and some heavy whipping cream, old-fashioned, not ultra-pasteurized. I'm going to combine my Pastry Pride. This is actually their frosting product I'm going to use this time, with some Jello pudding. These are some Pirouette cookies. This is what this brand looks like, but you can find Pirouette pretty much anywhere. I'm going to break them in half. And some sprinkles. For today's project we're going to use colored, but you could use chocolate for a more grown-up look. For our quick ganache, we're going to pour our mini chips in here. These happen to be semi-sweet, but you can use milk chocolate if you wish. Super dark chocolate is okay too. We just simply cover our chocolate chips in our heavy whipping cream, about like that, so they're covered. And then we're going to microwave half power for a minute at a time until it's melted and incorporate. So my milk is hot and my chips are melted, and now I need to incorporate the milk into, it's not milk, it's heavy cream, whipping cream, into the chocolate to make the ganache. You can see how it starts to blend in and starts to get shiny. You want to make sure that there are absolutely no lumps. The trick with any kind of chocolate is to make sure there's no water. Your bowl and your utensils need to be absolutely completely dry. So what we want is a thin ganache. If it's not as thin as you want it to pour off the end. If it's not as thin as you want at this point, you can add a little more heavy cream. I've added about a cup of milk to the pudding. I just want to show you the consistency. It's very thick. I just wanted to wet the pudding. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the frosting product to this. You can also use stabilized whipping cream. You're probably going to need to use 2 of the small containers of whipping cream to get the consistency you want for that. I'm going to add the whole container of the frosting or whipped topping or whipped cream to the pudding. And then we're going to go ahead and put that on the mixer. The pudding and frosting mixture whips up into a nice thick mousse. We'll put that into our bag with our 1M pastry tip. And we'll end up with a beautiful decoration that is great looking and delicious. I put my ganache mixture, about half of it, into a bowl that's used for dipping. I don't want to get crumbs into my main ganache mixture because I'm going to use it later for striping on top, and we want it to be nice and thin and free of crumbs. So you've got your chilled cupcakes, at least cooled. You want to dip them in and cover the edges first. A nice rotating movement. Rotate around just lightly in the top of the ganache, and then swirl it around a little bit, so that the excess comes off and doesn't drip down too much onto your papers. Now if these are for kids, a little dripping is great. If you want them to be a little more gourmet for grown-ups, you want them to drip less. So let's do that again. Slow rotation, cover all your edges. You're also sealing in your cupcake. Twirl it around. Get the excess off. You have a beautifully coated cupcake. Now that my cupcakes are all beautifully coated with the ganache, I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the freezer or the fridge for probably 2 to 3 minutes, maybe even up to 5, to make sure that they solidify. You don't need to do that if you have a little more time. Just let it cool completely. You just don't want your mousse sliding off as you put it on. I have my bag nice and full here. Now this is a really thick pudding frosting in here, so if your hands aren't real strong, you may want to fill it halfway. I've got my 1M pastry tip in, and we're going to start decorating. We want to start about the middle and a light pressure squeeze around. We don't want to go all the way to the edge and cover up our beautiful ganache. Even pressure as we lift. You can see I'm guiding. And as we get to the top, you want to release pressure and pull up. You'll get a nice point. Hold at a 45-degree angle here to get the best pressure. You're squeezing with your fingertips and your palm, but mostly your palm. You're going to guide with these two outside fingers. That pressure release at the top is the most important to get the beautiful tip that you want. My next step is to stripe the cupcakes with the ganache. As you can see, it's nice and thin. It's not as thin as you want. Add a little heavy cream. You just take it off the end here and begin to move it across your cupcakes in a back and forth, even motion. If you want a little more, add a little more. But it's right off the tip of your spatula. Now, if you're afraid you're not going to be able to get this right, you could go ahead and use a number 1 or number 4 writing tip, but you're not going to get the unevenness and the kind of gourmet look that you want. It'll be a little more even. Maybe you want that. And you simply add your pirouettes. Now this could be Oreos, could be a beautiful candy. And I'm going to go ahead and add some sprinkles to this because these are funfetti cupcakes, and they are for a little boy's birthday. I love this design because it really is gourmet looking, fast and easy, and very, very versatile. I hope you enjoyed our gourmet cupcakes. I enjoyed making them. Please don't forget to subscribe and join us at The Art of Frosting at blogspot.com. See you soon.